All right, so for tonight's video, we're going to be doing jugging for catfish. Um, just went out, took some jugs out this week, took the wife out, just did a video on that, so check that out. But basically, it's been around for a really long time. It's a really fun way to go fishing for catfish. You can do it on pretty much any body of water that has catfish. Just check your local laws if you're out of state. I'm here in Virginia, and it's perfectly legal. But fun times. Basically, you take like jug like this, tie a string off to the handle, toss a bunch of them in the water with hooks and weights on them, and boom, you go catch a bunch of catfish. And we run 10 of them at a time, and it's great. I mean, the kids love it. The wife has a good time with it, and you end up with a lot of fish. So sometimes you catch some really nice ones. Couldn't really figure out, looked it up, tried to find out the history of it, and there's not a lot of history. So if you know, leave a comment. But yeah, cool little video. Check it out. This is how you make them. All right, so first step on the list here, gotta have jugs. Tonight we're gonna use a milk jug, fabric softener jug, orange juice jug. You also can use pretty much anything. I use old crab pot buoys that I find bobbing around the bay. They work great. Just hit them with a bright colored paint, as you see I did on all these. You want to be able to see these things from a long ways off. Don't go out there and use a bunch of these clear plastic jugs. You'll never find them. They'll end up in the marsh, and then you'll have hooks and fish and line and all kinds of stuff in the marsh, and that's no good for anybody. So make sure you paint them a bright color so you can find them. So you got your jugs. We're going to be attaching some number 8 today, Gamakatsu circle hooks. Always use a circle hook. They might have a much better catch rate when you're doing this kind of thing. When you're not on the other end of that pole to set a hook, use a circle hook. Works great. And we're going to attach those to a 3-way swivel. One's going to come off of this, come down to the 3-way. 3-way is going to split, go to a hook, and go to a weight. All right, pretty easy to make. Step 1, 80-pound mono leader. Don't waste your money on fluoro. Catfish are stupid. They can't, they don't care about this. Take however long you need to fish to the bottom of the depth of where you're trying to fish. So if it's 20 feet deep, put 25 feet out there. If it's 30 feet deep, put 40 feet out there. You can always curl it back around it and put a rubber band on it to choke it back up if you need to, but you can't ever add extra line to it easily. So you got your leader. That leads to a good size. This is a number 1 3-way swivel. From that 3-way swivel, one side goes out to a weight with about a 12-inch leader. One side goes out to the business end of a number 8 circle hook. Circle hooks are important for this application because these are made to set themselves. If you're not on the other end of a rod, this jug's going to be floating 150 yards away from you, 200 yards away from you. Let the jug do the work. Use a circle hook. They work very well for this situation. Weight, you can determine if you want it to lightly drag or if you want to really plant this thing in one spot. Choose your weight accordingly. You can also take the weight off. Go weightless. Use the weight of the bait, whatever your bait may be. One other thing you can do with the weight is you can put lighter line for your weight run, and you know that if it ever breaks, you get to keep all this other hardware, and you just got to tie another little 12-inch piece with a weight on there. So if you're fishing somewhere with a lot of snags, run like 30-pound line on your weight and 80 on the rest. I guarantee that piece of line will always break first. All right, quick summary sketch. Jug, undisclosed amount of line, depending on situation. 5 to 8 circle hook, 3-way swivel, and a weight. Notice the disclaimer. Lines are not to scale. This is usually 3 foot long. This is usually about a foot long, maybe 2 foot. This is anywhere from 10 to 30 feet long, depending on where I'm fishing. The most important part of this whole video, if you take nothing else away, and you just try your own way to do this, remember, the one most important thing, In order for this jug to be legal in the state of Virginia for jugging, it has to have your name, phone number, and address on it. So take a Sharpie, write your name, phone number, and address on every one of your jugs before you go on the water. If the man stops you, he will write you a ticket for it. All right, so all the jugs are complete. We bumped our count up to 11 now. We've got everything from crab pots, milk jugs, orange juice jugs, anything that floats jugs. And make sure you wash the jugs out before you use them. You don't want to get any of those pollutants in the water. And also make sure when you're fishing these things that you stay in eyesight of them. If you go around a corner or you just toss a bunch out and try to come back for them later, big no-no. You get slapped with a hefty fine for that kind of thing. It's definitely a wildlife violation. And it's just not cool to other boaters that, you know, might be out there driving around and run over one of these things. So get out there, though. Have a good time. Watch this video. Make some jugs. Go catfishing. Signing out.